Come on, everybody, let's start the show. A quick ahoy hoy and away we'll go. Richard's got a minifig and Flynn's got a pin. The gang's all here and it's time to begin. Tricky Bricks roll call. Moto, Holly, Cara, and sometimes Blair, Clicky, Logan, Ms. Thing and Angela, and Thunderman Ho! Now you're here to grab your bricks and let's go to the Tricky Bricks Build and Chat Show!
Ahoy, hoy,
Ahoy, friends. And look who's here. It's Ms. Thing and Angela.
And Angela.
I know everybody's been worried that they haven't been around, so just thought that they would come by and say hi.
Good morning.
Okay, so
you know the mothership for Ms. Thing and Angela actually went, I think, into storage, right, temporarily. But we've got Ms. Thing and Angela, and they're going to be helping us out to have an exciting show today.
Okay, well, why don't we say hi to everybody who's in the green room?
Let's do that.
It is from the left-hand side of the United States, or not from the middle left-hand side. Sorry, we're the left side. It's Moto. Hi, Moto.
Moto.
Greetings from the middle, the slightly right-hand side of the United States, because the Continental Divide is further west.
Oh,
depends on if you want to draw in the Mississippi. Then yes, I'm on the right-hand side. But if you want to draw the Continental Divide, then I'm on the left-hand side.
Oh, but why? Why do we need a continental divide? We should all get along. There should be no
because
divide.
Water will flow down different oceans. That's just a science thing.
Yeah,
we need to start having our moment of science with Moto.
So, all right, and from across the bay, it's not Holly, it's Minifigchick. I don't know.
It's Minifigchick.
Clearly, I need to add something to my thoughts to wake up. My goodness. Good morning,
Cara.
And from the Pacific Northwest, middle left-hand side of across the bay, it's Holly.
Happy Sunday.
I thought I'd go. I don't know.
Sunday,
upper left-hand side. Upper.
Upper.
It's
left,
almost Canadian.
Side.
Say, is everyone pixely for you, Holly?
Just Cara.
Okay.
Oh, that's so
good for her.
Weird.
Well, I think we might as well just accept this at this point.
I guess. I can never get here early enough to troubleshoot.
Yeah.
Wow, you've got a really cool shirt on.
Thank you. I do like this shirt.
Very good. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. That's a good one.
Sometimes I wear it just when I'm in a mood, but
when I'm in a mood.
So I don't know the newer movies, which are not even newer at this point. So I'll just go out on a limb. Let's see if I can embarrass Flynn.
Yeah,
is that Ashoka?
Close enough.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka. See, I get names close.
Closer than I've gotten.
Yes, close.
Audrey's trying to tell me this is her shirt, but
that's for Wilfred. And you're right, Wilfred. I should have been wearing this all along. Anyway. Ahoy hoy, everybody.
It is welcome. Monica. Yes.
Let's see. Oh yeah, it's a tea turtle style is unmistakable.
We are open to sponsorships here.
I have one tea turtle t-shirt that doesn't look like a tea turtle t-shirt, which is why I got it in the first place. But yeah. Let's see. What's going on? Oh,
well, we've got an exciting chat.
Yes, we do have an exciting chat. There's all sorts of people here going to all sorts of and in all sorts of places. But first, it's pins, friends.
Pins.
And I had one out and now it appeared. That's a bummer.
That's not the same one I have.
Hopefully.
I'll go last.
Okay.
Well, I'll be going last, but you can go next to last.
Okay. It might be a rabbit hole. We'll see.
I'll go second.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
So we know who's going first.
Hopefully, we don't all have the same pin.
See,
that's what you were looking for.
Yes, I was looking for that pin, and in fact, I could not find it. So yes, very appropriate. Very appropriate.
Excellent.
Very good. And Moto, where are we going today?
we're going to look at a bunch of autographs that have been chiseled into rock over the last 1,000 years, and that is
Fun.
El Morro, New Mexico.
Oh.
Very
So is
fancy.
that, would those be petroglyphs? The rock?
Yeah, these aren't truly petroglyph art, although there are a few of them there. Mostly, though, is modern travelers like the Spanish conquistadors who chiseled their names at El Morro to
Oh.
make it famous.
Ugh. So basically, they were like the taggers of their time, really.
Yeah.
Bad Europeans.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, they had to deface all the beautiful rock art, but they have great. Most of them have really good penmanship back in the day.
You know, I gotta say, we went hiking through this beautiful bamboo forest in Hawaii, and I was just horrified that they were covered with people's names scratched into them.
Yep.
And I was just
Scratchini?
like,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
you know, I was like, nobody cares that you were here but you. So, like, just take a picture.
That's true.
Anyway, enough of that. And hey, so
Doesn't
Holly,
that lead us to
are you
Holly?
ready for our side quest that apparently is going to happen?
Hopefully not too much of a side quest. I don't know if anyone knows why this would be relevant. I doubt it. I doubt anybody would know the relevance.
Why?
So that's
Because
gotta be
He-Man
He-Man
and
and
Skeletor are, I don't know, He-Man and Snow White have a similar hairdo?
No, it's actually no relation to Snow White. It's just there was some news this past week. And this is there's going to be another movie made.
Oh.
And Mr. Travis Knight has been tapped to direct it.
Wow.
Who's that?
Travis Knight, that's my boss.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
The guy who owns Leica
Right.
and is directing Wildwood.
I have to say, I'm not super up on my CEOs, but I should have known that.
Yeah,
You know-
yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
You know, those pins are so cute. It makes me think that Battle Cat is going to be Hello Kitty.
I don't think that's going to be the style of the movie.
No, is it
Okay.
going to be
I would
live
be here
action?
for it though. I'd be here for it.
Is it? So it'll be live action?
As far as I know, we don't know a whole lot about it other than there's a movie
Well,
being made and Travis.
It's not going to be.
direct
It's not
it.
going to be He-Man and the California Raisins take on Skeletor. You know, it's
Oh man,
Watch.
that's a low blow, Moto. Wow.
wasn't the California Raisins done at Leica before Leica was Leica?
Yeah,
Or
and
Leica?
actually that's another bit of news, but more sad news. We actually recently lost a director. Mark Gustafson just passed away about a week ago. And he was one of the old Will Vinton guys that was still here around town. He actually co-directed Pinocchio with Del Toro as well.
Oh wow, that was a great.
That was
Yeah. So that was we were all a little bit gutted when we heard that news last week. But
Goodness.
yeah, we would have to give him some credit for California Raisins. I think Travis was like maybe an intern at that time, if even. So
that
yeah.
goes way back.
Yeah, that was Will Vinton. So that was Will Vinton before it was Will Vinton Studios before it became Leica.
There you go. And now you've had a history,
Yes, see, I knew it.
and we've brought in the California Raisins into the conversation.
Yeah.
All right, something I had hoped we'd never touch on the 4 years of this show, and yet somehow we
I
ended
like
up
the
there.
California Raisins.
Not really.
All things will enter the side quests.
Let's do
It's
our
true.
pins.
Okay, all right, if we must. All right.
Avast ye hearties.
You have to give
It takes Clicky a
Clicky a
moment.
second to actually
Oh
get
man,
it.
you guys,
You guys have Angela right there.
There you
Right
go.
there.
I'm currently binging Our Flag Means Death, so
Oh, it's so
good.
good.
hits a chord.
It's
Yeah.
so good.
They're good.
And I am with
Did the sound go out?
the Halloween.
No.
I mean with the Snow White biz.
Wow.
I've got
pineapple.
my Queen sort of like it's like Mickey ears, but it's got all the Queen things, including poison apple, an apple with a bite out of it, which is also the poison apple, and then the box with the heart in it, which I gotta say, for what we now think of as being like Disney movies and Disney sensibility, that's pretty hard.
That was a villainous villain.
The queen goes hard, man. She's like, bring me her heart in a box so I know that you murdered her. That's like pretty intense.
Hey, those were like the children. Those were children's stories, though.
Oh, I know.
Yep.
I mean, I know, but they also are at least not so much in the older ones, but in the newer ones, they did a lot of kind of damping down of some of the
I mean, a little song and dance with it.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, Cinderella's sisters didn't have their eyes pecked out by birds, which actually happens in the story, and nobody's feet were bleeding when they cut parts of their feet off to fit in the shoe.
Of
saying.
All the things, the heart is not really identifiable from one person to the next. So I guess it's semi-tame. It could have been her head.
Well, that's why he was able to fool her, at least at first, with a pig's heart.
That's right.
Which is how it is what happens in the story.
They got gentler over time. I mean, Ursula is just taking voices, right? Like, that's not quite as simple, is it?
She didn't die at the end, and the mermaid didn't die at the end like she does in the real story. Anyway, that's another side quest we could go down. But
fairy tales.
Yeah,
but today is kind of about fairy tales.
And somehow magically, the pin that I had originally chosen just showed up. I don't know how. Like, literally.
What pin was that?
Oh, I have actually the queen that I had picked out, but whatever. She's represented. She's represented here. So
FabuFan MKE spoilers. I thought exactly the same. I can't believe he gave away the end of The Little Mermaid.
If it's over 25 years, I feel like it's not a spoiler.
There's movies I haven't seen from 25.
I think it was last week or the week before that the Lego movie turned 10. It had its release date 10 years ago.
Wow.
Which is crazy. Like, absolutely bonkers, because it doesn't seem like it's been that long, but apparently it has.
So feel free to spoil the ending of that movie if you want. I mean, it's been a decade now, so we're free to talk about it.
We're all the special, though, aren't we?
We're all some kind of special, that's for sure. All right. Well, friends.
It might be time for people to say hey in the chat.
Hey.
It might be time for that. And Wilfred, modern dumbed down version of Heart in a Box. Golly, I don't know. Because I feel like now in modern times, they would just like show you the heart like in close up. And it would still be beating with like blood coming out of it.
Amum Shabai, Amum Shabai, Amum Shabai.
Now we
and then burst into flame.
A sad face emoji in your DMs.
What?
That's what people worry about.
A heart-shaped sad emoji.
Yeah.
No, actually, apparently only adults use emojis now. That is like. That...
Oh, now people are like listing off a bunch of famous lines from like twist ending movies.
Yes, what's in the box?
What's in the box?
Exactly.
Gwyneth Paltrow. I'm sorry.
It's Gwyneth Paltrow's heart. Anyway, wow, we've taken quite a dive. All right, so golly, well, yeah, let's say hi to folks.
And see, FabuFan MKE precisely said hey in the chat.
He did. Well, that is what we asked for, and he is a follower of rules, if nothing else.
He's a trendsetter
here. Okay, well, let's see. Sorry, I got to open up another page here. And so, I know you saw from the things and what we've been talking about is the announced
Kinder so say rule schmools. Oh, it just keeps coming.
Oliver, you naughty boy. All right. So
Sixth Sense. He did the whole time.
Oh my god. All right. He was a dead heart in a box the whole time. So let's see.
Fight Club. It's the same thing.
All right, let's say hi to everybody in this chat. We've got Apples is here from Europe. Hey, how's it going? Chris Konnichiwa from Tokyo cannot sleep chalice. I've been there, my
Mm.
friend. I have been in Tokyo and not able to sleep. Like it's just kind of they go hand in hand, I think.
Oh, Fourth World
Fourth
Adam,
Adam
just showed
just
up.
popped in. We've got See You Later is here. Fabby Fan, MKE, Gergonzola. Get the Brick. A new face. Hello, Get the Brick. Welcome. Holly is here, of course. Two places at once, as always. Hooded One. JMT14. Now, I feel like we know that person, but I'm not sure. Johnny Cat's here. Hey, Johnny, how's it going? Ken Olson, Lisa Head, L Nerd, Matthew Builds Bricks. Hello, Matthew. We got Minifigchick, Monica Berry, and Moto, and Ms. Slowbrickta rounding out the escapades. We've got Oliver, PT McEwen, PT. Rob Zaccardi is here, and maybe the other Zaccardis too. Hello, girls. We've got Smoke Up Johnny, and look, bonsoir to Wilfred. We don't have to say wherever you may be. Where you may be is here right now.
We know he's right there.
But of course, hello to Zarakino, Kim, wherever you may be. All right, very good. Whew, that was quite the thing. Oh, Judy. See, I knew it. I knew I recognized it. It was Judy MT. And I recognized the MT and the J combination. So, anywho. My goodness. Well, before we launch into today's theme, which is checking out the Snow White Cottage,
Yep.
we actually have Moto's hot take / review
Oh my.
of the
What is it, Flynn?
Dune Ornithopter, if I'm saying that right. And
Yeah,
hey,
I'm just getting a lot of cross audio right now, but I will start.
yeah, let's toss it over to Moto.
So this is a whopping big set.
Wow.
You can tell. But what makes this set, I would say this is my favorite set of all time now.
Wow.
For a few reasons. And mostly it's because of the mechanics. So I don't know if you can see the landing gear. Let's take a look. Landing gear, there we go.
Oh.
So all the landing gear does collapse inward so it can fly. And when you do deploy the landing gear, you can notice it's a multiple. The front legs will splay out and go in and lift. The back will drop down and deploy the rears. So that's absolutely nuts. And then what I didn't realize, but if you want to deploy the wings, it's a full-on click with the stop.
Whoa. So that takes some serious shelf space.
It could, yeah, but for shipping the planes in the Dune novel, the wings folded flat, just like an aircraft carrier.
Right.
Type of aircraft.
Wow.
And then,
that is super impressive.
yeah, what's impressive is this gimbal, then all the attachment points in the gimbals
Whoa.
are then attached to another mechanism for the flapping motion.
Wow. Fully swooshable.
Wow.
Oh yeah, and then the tail's really well constructed, fully swooshable. It is a compound angle on the front. I don't know if you can see that there's an offset to close everything off very precisely.
You're a little blurry. Like the picture's a little wonky, but yes.
It's a
So
little
it
off.
opens up like a DeLorean.
Yeah, which it does in the movie, and then you detach these seats to put the figures in. And
That's
you stick
pretty
them right in
cool.
there.
Now, unlike Technic sets, this is a regular system set, but it has a lot of Technic in it, right?
So that is the trick. I would say this is my favorite set of all time. However, if you do not like Technic, do not buy this set.
Interesting.
Half the bags and the first half of the entire booklet is all Technic construction. And it's intermixed with system and really, really crazy new methods. So this was more complicated than the Land Rover Discovery Technic set.
Wow.
Even though it's very compact, it is incredibly complex to put together.
That's the hardest set I've put together was the Land Rover.
Do you think?
this
Do you
one's, I
think?
think would-
Do you think they could have gotten away with like marketing it as a Technic set? Like, could it have just been a Technic set?
no, because the finishing details are way beyond Technic.
Okay.
The way that they integrated all the system together,
Mm-hmm.
I think it does it justice to be an icon set. It truly is one of these 18 plus sets.
Wow.
Well, those
And
wind
Mr.
screens in the front are really beautiful.
Yeah, this is a new. It's the new obsidian colored, and that's a new element right there. But there's an offset angle you have to create, and there's a lot of connections in this thing where the designer was. I think it's. Oh shoot! It just left my mind. But the designer was showing off new connection methods just for the heck of it. There's a couple of methods in here that are absolutely bonkers. I don't know if you can see this. Do you see that orange piece?
Yes.
Yep.
So that is one of those toe ball joints, but it has the a bar in it,
Okay.
and then the bar goes up into the Technic element there to attach it with a
Oh,
pin.
wow.
So yeah, they're doing some serious math. Mr. Meow has messed this thing up about 3 or 4 times already. He's struggling with it to get it right, but he's almost done.
So Oliver's asking if you did the mod to replace the 2 red long axles with black ones.
Yeah, there's a hint book out there where people got annoyed about like the fact that the Technic axles are red. They're remaining true to the Technic system, even though they make black axles 2-bys.
Right.
I mean, these red ones could have been different colors, but I don't mind because you needed a different color to kind of target what you were doing as you put it together.
Right. Like sometimes maybe the color choice is for practicality of building rather than aesthetic.
Yeah. And these are all printed pieces. There's no stickers in the set, which is nice.
Oh wow. Well, I'm really loving that windshield or like the windscreen construction is really cool.
Yeah, and that's kind of that's one of the things you have to get right about the Dune Ornithopter is the entire front is glass.
That's great. Very cool.
Well,
Very
it's
great.
It's gonna take a minute to do a Friends recolor on it, I think.
Yeah, there's no way I do a recolor of this thing. Once I get it done, I'm like, thank God I'm done.
But you just said it was your favorite one, but you're glad that it was over.
Yeah, I mean, I learned a lot. I'd like to go back and I'm gonna look at the manual a couple more times to see what else I missed. But overall, yeah, this thing's insane. I'm so glad I got it.
Wow, that's pretty
high
cool.
praise.
Yeah,
and,
really
and
awesome.
Didn't I just see the new movie is coming out, right?
Yeah, March 1st. So just in time.
Wow. Well, there's a lot of things coming out March 1st. Not just the Dune movie.
Right?
No. Ori, the Technic Ori set is coming out.
Like the yes, well, there's that, the Ori, but of particular interest to at least 3 of the people that are on screen, or 4 of the people on screen right now. The
It must be Disney related.
Come out March 1st, so very excited about that. Good night, Chris. Good luck sleeping in Tokyo. I'm with you there. Sorry, I'm just right here getting rid of a few things so that we don't repeat. There you go.
What's with the
And
audio?
Wilfer was wondering if dust will get inside and mess up the mechanisms of the set. No, it won't. It's enclosed, and all the mechanisms aren't. I mean, they have a lot of play in them, so they'll keep working. No, don't pour like pebble sand in there.
Oh, that would be a bad idea.
Why?
Yeah.
I don't understand. What's the problem here?
Because all Technic will stop working if you pour that pebble.
Well, then how authentic is it even?
I know.
I know if there isn't sand in it, is it really a Dune thing?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I know.
Let's see. I've got some.
Yeah, this set would hate sand. It's coarse and gets into everything.
All right. Well, not only are the whatchamacallit set
Dune?
coming out, the Animal
Crossing.
Crossing set coming out. we just this week got a announcement of a new set that's coming out March 1st. Now, how they kept this under their hat as long as they did,
Wow.
I'm impressed.
Debatably.
Well, you know what? I gotta say, like, I have very much sort of pulled back from social media, and I am actually enjoying not having everything ruined for me all the time.
See?
Isn't it amazing how there's no spoilers if you don't use social media?
That's right.
Yep.
Especially X. X is the worst. Reddit's probably second.
It's one of my favorite things about being not on social media anymore is not having everything spoiled for me every single day. But hey, this is what we got announced this week, and this is so exciting. And we will have a few things to talk about this, and that is the Snow White Seven Dwarfs, the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs Cottage, which is one of the more beautiful Disney sets I've actually ever seen.
Well,
there was a
on
reason the
roof,
idea
right?
stuff kept getting shot down.
Well, that's what I was just about to say. Actually, Moto is we saw this twice from the same designer, from the same fan designer make the cut, make the votes. But it was not going to be happening. They rejected it. And I remember the very first time they rejected it, I was like, you know what? This is so good. There's only one reason why they wouldn't be accepting it. And it's because they're working on their own.
Yeah. And which, you know, whenever you submit something that's like related, like they already have, you know, licensing with Disney, right? So if you're going to submit anything that is Disney related on Lego ideas, there's a really, really good chance it's going to get shot down because it's something that they kind of already own, you know?
Well, I mean, they've done it before though. Like, wasn't Steamboat Willie an ideas?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know exactly how the licensing works with Disney, but I'm just saying it seems like a really good chance that they probably already have something in the works because they're already past that licensing barrier, right?
Right.
So when you're suggesting something like this, it's kind of a crapshoot, and you have no idea. You don't know if it's a property they're already working on. So you kind of have to assume that maybe they are.
Well, and I'm waiting. The funny thing is, when I saw this announcement, I was like, okay, cue all the angry Lego nerds saying that they stole this from the other guy.
Absolutely.
You know, I was like, yeah, no. But I just love this model, and I'm going to bring it back up in a second. Sorry, I'm just getting a couple of other slides prepared. It's a beautiful model, and the fan model was a beautiful model as well. And they really have gone all out with the details on this one. It's really impressive.
Well, we just saw the medieval set, right? Well, I think this takes the cake on medieval. That thatched roof is just beautiful.
Oh yeah, well they definitely went for the details. And you know what's really fun is that if you go back and look, I used to have this book on Disney animation ages ago, or just like Disney art and stuff. And they had some just like pictures from the backgrounds of Snow White, and one of them was just a close-up of a bar of soap sitting on like a wooden tabletop. And it was one of the most beautiful things I had seen in my young life, as just like, because, you know, when you're watching the movie, you're focused on Snow White and the dwarves and the animals and the things and the witch, right? You're not focused on the backgrounds, which were really, I mean,
unless you're a really weird kid,
not really intricate. I mean, like they're super, super intricate and hand done.
Yeah.
Right? Like there was no digital animation process going on, and just to have that, that thing, I don't know. And Oliver, I'm gonna have to disagree. I don't miss the goat because there is no goat so I think that's comparing apples to oranges. There's no goat in Snow White. So anywho, let's go back to checking this out real quick. I'm gonna
now there were animals in Snow White, of course, and we see.
Well, we're going to talk about that in a minute. He knows that I was going to bring this up.
No, I'm just saying. Look, we've got a little rabbit.
Do you want
can't
to
see,
give my punchlines for any of my jokes before we?
I believe
Okay.
you.
Just making sure.
Made a living of it.
Yeah, I know. So here's our the cottage, as like we looked up before. Here is the back, which has got some really, really fantastic details. Like we've got the I love that, like well, first of all, I love this chair design with the little hearts up here, and
that's the beds.
we
Yeah.
got all the beds upstairs. How they managed to cram 7 in there, I'm not sure, but apparently they did.
They're small.
The minifigs are adorable.
Is that Grumpy up in the bedroom with the spider?
Yes, with the broom with the spider. And there's I love they got the chest with the gems up there. There's just a lot of really cool here. And look, there's that nice hand drawn from the movie picture. And you can see they really, really captured the shape of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like really nicely. I think
we're playing hide and seek around the wishing well. I see.
So that's that, and then we have.
So is the roof light bright orange, or is it a standard yellow that's just?
I think it's that light bright
lighting.
orange. That's what it looks like,
Okay.
anyway.
Interesting.
I mean, I could be wrong, but that's what it looks like.
And is that
which would make more sense because that's more kind of straw colored than the regular yellow, I would think. But who knows?
Well, what's that yellow on her dress? That's
That's
the
like
butter yellow.
Yeah, that's like that light yellow color, I think. Oh, here's a little better look at the inside. We've got the look at this awesome. I'm going to assume is a sticker here with the little carved squirrel on the end of the log. What a great little detail. That's the pipe organ. Oh, yes.
Very cute.
He's playing the little pipe organ. And yeah, I love that they included all the carving because that was another one of those great little details from the backdrop.
The rug is fantastic because it makes use of those new macaroni tiles with great effect with no gaps. They've now got all the macaroni tiles out to 4L, looks like.
That's so
Snow White, the one that's Snow White standing on.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's like a big oval rug now.
And what is this piece that's on the footboards or headboards of the beds?
Oh,
Just that rounded piece.
It's a round tile with a flat bottom.
We were looking at those on New Elementary when we were looking at all the new parts. I think we spotted those.
Really cool.
And wondered what they were for.
Okay, so let's keep on going here. See what's next.
Looks like you get all the dwarves: Snow White, Charming, the witch.
Yeah, you get the witch in her hag form because we've already gotten her in the queen form in the collectibles.
And of course, a bunny and all the birds that fly around her, right?
I love this. This is such a great. It's a really nice print too. I love her sleeve. Like her sleeve print is really nice.
Now, is that a light brick in the?
Yes, and a light brick in the fireplace. Right, they've got their baguettes because you gotta. Everybody's favorite food. Okay, this is my favorite part.
Yes, that's awesome.
The glass coffin. There is legit a glass coffin in this, which I gotta laugh. Everybody's making a huge big deal out of this. Like it's like, oh my God, I can't believe they included it. I was like,
why?
I was like, they have Dracula coffins, like actually shaped like a coffin. Like, why wouldn't they have this? Well, I don't know, but I've just seen it like many, many people talking about it and being like, oh, there's a coffin. Oh my God, there's a coffin. I was like, that's not new.
That's like that's a huge story point. What the heck?
Exactly.
You see what they're doing here? They've got these shocked looks on the dwarves.
All those folks are going to be incredibly shocked when they go to the Vatican. I'm going to give you a little spoiler warning. If you go to the Vatican, you're gonna wish you didn't see a glass coffin. I'm going to put that out there.
It's very true.
Moto, I promise you, none of them will ever go to the Vatican.
You know,
They do exist.
those poor dwarves are so distraught, but I gotta say, she looks like she's having a nice nap.
It's like, I'm good.
She's like, oh, finally, after all those chores, I have a moment to relax.
I finally get to go to sleep.
Calgon, take me away.
And I think
Are you sure that's not Ripley in there? She's just waiting for the xenomorphs to.
Oh
that's
my
blown out the
very
airlock?
possible.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it does. It looks
Uh-huh.
like the prince has two faces because he's smiling in one of the other pictures, and obviously Snow White has one. Okay, now I'm going to say something.
Are you saying Prince Charming is a two-faced liar?
Typical
Yes.
two-faced princes.
So
Two-faced prince.
I'm gonna say. Well, first of all, I wanted to point out the clear half-round tile here, which is kind of cool.
Very cool. Yeah, we spotted that on New Elementary too.
But now I'm going to say something very controversial, and I don't want anybody to be upset. First of all, by the way, this is $219. This set,
Okay.
which is
Nice.
about
It's a pretty
what I
big
cost.
set,
It's
right?
a pretty decent size set.
Oh,
Yeah.
part count? What's the part count?
I mean, come on, it's got 7 beds in it. It's over 2,000 parts, I think.
Fair. Okay.
You got to read it off like a realtor listing. It has seven
right.
bedrooms,
7
2
beds,
baths,
7 chairs.
no baths.
Okay, so here's my controversial take on this. When I get this set,
But you can
which I
remodel.
will,
Yeah.
when I get this set, I'm gonna replace Snow White with the Friends Snow White.
It might not fit due to the height difference.
It might not, but I want to have my Snow White taller than my dwarf.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you don't need her to sit in any chairs, that's fine.
She could just stand
with her
at the
big
well.
with her big giant plate feet.
Holly, look. I'm sitting right now and I'm just fine. Oh my god, I think I pulled something.
Never letting that go.
Oh
Ever.
my leg. I completely screwed up my leg doing that.
Oh no!
Oh, ow. I really dulled my leg.
Oh my
Ouch,
gosh.
you should have stretched.
Okay, now Zach brings up a point, and now this one I have to agree with, because first of all, let me say this: I saw, and proof positive that people, not just Lego nerds, but people will complain about anything. I
Mhm.
saw an article on a somewhat prominent Lego site complaining that this set didn't have the same amount of animals as they have in the movie.
Oh my
Whoa.
gosh.
Wow, that's a prospect for you.
I was just kind of, okay, you really clearly needed something to write about today.
This
Yeah.
set also doesn't have the animation budget of Walt Disney.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But one thing that I
never mind.
I will note that's missing that Zach has brought up, and I agree, was I was surprised that there wasn't a deer, because they do
That's
have
true.
a deer that came out with one of the Friends,
Yeah.
like a baby deer that came with the Friends Snow White set. And I do always think of the deer when I think of Snow White, but
That is a quintessential animal for Snow White. I agree.
It does
You
come.
need a system deer. You can't use a Friends deer. They
Yeah,
never
and it
cross
was
the over.
but it does come with multiple squirrels, multiple birds,
Rabbit.
a rabbit, multiple rabbits, I think. And then yes, it's true. Are there 7 toilets in this place? Are we gonna have to make a dwarf outhouse to go?
Yes, you're gonna have to remodel.
With a 7-hole outhouse.
That's gonna be a long outhouse.
We
Yeah.
all know they just go to the mine. That's where they do it.
Man, that's a bit of a hike, you know? If you're paying
Well, why
attention,
do
they're
you
able to
think
sing a
Grumpy
whole
is so
song
grumpy?
on the way to the mine.
Well, hey, I
Yeah.
gotta say too, I'm impressed that they did all the back printing on the dwarves. They've got all of their little kind of like floofy shirts hanging over their belts and stuff. Pretty cool. Yeah, I will. Somebody mentioned, I think maybe it was these trees are a little awkward.
Yeah. I agree.
Just
Yeah,
in combination.
Yeah.
I feel like the especially the top of the pine tree is
It's a weird transition.
It's not a
a
good
very weird
transition.
transition.
Yeah.
Now, is that Animal Crossing leaves that are on the top?
I think that started in Dreams, but I'm not positive of that.
Yeah, the Animal Crossing leaves that don't actually appear in Animal Crossing.
Oh,
Right? They're not in the sets.
wow, that's surprising.
Right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, the trees need work.
but still, all in all, I think it's a really lovely set.
Wow, it's like a tree sampler, like every kind of tree.
It is
possible.
kind of a tree sampler.
They tried everything, and everything they tried, they were just like, yeah, you know.
Oh, you know what I was about to say? I'm surprised the witch isn't on the cover, and she is. She's like hiding behind this tree right here,
Perfect.
peeking out.
Yeah.
Oh, and I gotta say a couple of the other things that I really love about this set. I love the window, the shutters with the heart shape, with little heart shaped cutout, like
On
it's a
an
sticker. I'm
angle.
assuming.
I like the busted angles that they put them on.
Yes, yeah, and I'm also really love what they did with the door, which is kind of hard to see, but they've added these little extra pieces
That's
in
cool.
to make it
Like
look
that.
like, you know, the hinge. It's just a really nice
What
little.
even is that? Like, what is that from?
I don't recognize. I don't.
That's a
recognize
new
it.
part from last year that was introduced, but now it's in black.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, it's a really nice clip-in bar kind of transition element.
There's a
if you
lot
will.
of there's a lot of stickers in this set.
I also wanted to just kind of show off this
Yeah,
roof
this thing is
method.
a Ramsden of stickers.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh yeah, look, you got the little
Yeah.
there's that little
Like
carving
Oh.
again.
Owl.
I love this roof treatment. I think they did such a beautiful job on it. And it really does give that like textury thatched roof kind of business going on. Just really cool in general. And yeah, we didn't talk about the wishing well. There is a wishing well over there as well, because of course, story point.
Yes.
So nobody's
Wait. Was the wishing well actually at the cottage, or was that at the castle?
No, it was at the castle, but
Okay.
you know.
So
that's-
Holly, just when you build the set it on the shelf and then take that well and just walk it to the end of the shelf and set it down. And you're fine.
That's right. Put it over by the castle. Exactly. That's what I had in mind.
Well, I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but I'm pretty psyched for this model. I think it's, like I said before, probably the most beautifully constructed of all the Disney sets that I've seen.
Ooh,
And there's been
that's
some
a-
really nice ones. Like I thought the Encanto house was really nice, but I think again, it's just a matter of detailing in this one. They just really nailed all the details.
I think my favorite thing about it is that you don't have to be a Disney fan to appreciate it. Like, it's one of those builds that you could just take all the characters from it and it would still be charming and a nice, like, just a nice Lego model. So that's always cool.
Yeah, for sure.
But I do like the figures.
You do like the figures, but you're not mad that there's not the same amount of animals as are represented in the movie.
I have plenty of animals. I'll be just fine.
There you go.
You
See,
know,
that was
if they added more animals, they'd have to add more cookies. That's the problem.
That's exactly it. It's like that. What I do hope that they do is, at the same time that they release this set, I hope that they also have some other like Disney set with a bunch of animals in it. So then that is like your prompt to
your animals parts pack.
Like Bambi.
Yes, exactly.
You want your animals to cross.
Yeah.
What a
Because
surprise.
if they do it that way, then the people who need them will buy them, but it doesn't necessarily drive up the price of every set to try and pack everything in.
Right.
So that's,
Well,
that's
hey,
my preference.
Cute forest animals
Speaking of-
battle
This
pack.
is a mess.
Cute animals.
It's got a mess right now.
It is time for the pause that refreshes. That's right, everybody. It's Logan Cookie time.
There he is.
There he is. Hold on. He's trying to type. Here we
Oh,
go.
Hi.
This
What a
is-
good boy.
You want another one there? That's a big one. I know. You got almost a whole
Wow.
cookie. Okay, one more. Say hi to everyone.
And
Good
now
boy, Logan.
it's time for the weather with the kiddos.
Okay, this is gonna be awkward because I was in the middle of sorting, so I don't have a whole lot of space to put anything.
She might not be able to catch it.
Yeah, she does not have a lot of room to work with here. Let's see. Can you catch it? You're going to have to catch it. It's going to be a disaster if it goes anywhere else. No, I needed. Okay. Well,
It's close.
that's enough. Ready? Catch. Okay, that hit you in the nose. Skittles, you gotta catch. Catch. No. Oh.
Did that land on her head and then
Yes,
fall
it
off?
did.
I love how she
Amazing.
was anticipating already eating it off the table.
Amazing. All right, one last try.
Not
Come on,
even
Skittles, you can
trying.
do it.
Ridiculous.
Oh, very good. Well, she ate it anyway.
Those were all good throws.
And that has been
No,
Logan
you're
Cookie Time.
All
with Skittles.
done.
Roar. Follow up.
So you want to hear something exciting?
What's that?
So this is why I'm busy sorting today. I have 5 of these completely full of friends and elves that my daughter has essentially handed over.
Mm.
So I'm sorting everything, like I'm trying to keep it sorted but still separate. So
Sorted
case-
but separate. Okay.
sorted but separate, yeah. What is it? Equal but
Oh,
separate but equal? Yeah.
Yes.
that's so Brixist of you.
And
Separate
Wilfred, it's
people.
true. There is no Snow White's Queen on my T-shirt, which is why I had to go for wear the pin today.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
I do appreciate her though. She was actually I have to say the Queen from Snow White was my favorite until I discovered Maleficent, and then I was like, "Sorry, babe."
Yeah, I feel like everything about Snow White was like my favorite until Sleeping Beauty. Like everything was kind of an upgrade there.
Well, it was not only that, but it's such a starkly different art style.
Yeah.
Like, like completely based on tapestries, medieval tapestries with that, which is why everybody was long and stretched out in them. And that's why all the characters were shaped like that.
Oh, and talk about backgrounds. I think that's when I decided I wanted to be like a Disney artist just to work on backgrounds. I actually was obsessed as a kid with like all the backgrounds.
The backgrounds, me too.
Characters were fine, but I was just enamored with the scenery.
Well, and like Maleficent's throne room is amazing to look at. Well, and then recently I've been collecting the most of the Disney movies on Blu-ray because I watched Sleeping Beauty on Blu-ray and it nearly like burned my eyeballs out of my head. Like it was so intense. It was great, but I was like, dang.
Yeah.
It was absolutely
That was one of the first Blu-rays we ever bought, actually.
And plus, now in the age of streaming, you can get Blu-rays for a song.
Oh my goodness!
You get them for like nothing.
I went the other day to the thrift store, and for $2 each, I got 3 different Disney Blu-rays. One of them, I mean, a couple really good ones, and then I got the one that's all the shorts, so it has like all the little short movies on it. It was really
like
really
the
great.
Merry Melodies or the
and I got
Fun and Fancy Free or something.
What did I get? I got Wreck-It Ralph, and which I love, and then I can't remember what the other one was, but yeah, I picked them up and a couple bucks, y'all.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna advocate again, just like I have on past shows. Do not get rid of your physical media, especially when it comes to movies and music.
I agree.
And books, for that matter. I got to be the future librarian here and say, hold on to your books. But I'm just saying that, like, and we've seen this happen over and over and over again, is where they're like, oh, sure, the future's awesome. You can download any movie and watch it anytime you want.
For now.
Except no, it's not true. And not only that, they remove content, and they were like, just like the internet, which was wild and free at one point, and then somebody figured out they could make money off of it, and now everything is gate kept behind a fee that you have to pay for information.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what? You know where you can get free information? The library. Just saying. Well, it's funny because I'm doing these library studies right now, and there's a lot of talk, of course, in the library community, because we have the internet, and now, especially with AI, people are like, we don't need libraries anymore. And I'm like, think about how often things that you read on the internet are wrong.
We need libraries more than ever now.
Yes, and guess what?
Sense of truth.
And guess where AI is learning all of their stuff from?
Yeah.
The internet.
Yeah.
So you're going to get all of that bias from the internet included, and all that wrong information included. So I just, I'm just advocating for physical media. If you have it and can access it. And I'm also advocating going to your local library because they need your support.
When I was a little kid, my mom's best friend, okay, this is it's got a happy part and a sad part, but it's mostly a happy part. My mom's best friend had a stroke and she couldn't talk for a while. And so they played Scrabble every single day. And she learned how to re-talk from playing Scrabble. And they would get so mad at one another about words that they would call the library for the proper spelling of a word.
Oh my God, I love that so much. I love that was a thing.
Wow.
And I wish I would have been the local librarian who's like, hey, those two ladies are calling again. They're mad about Scrabble.
Yeah. It's getting really hot
again.
It's getting salty in the Scrabble fandom.
Here, now I have to share this.
So anyway, just saying, I know we all rely on the internet now, and it's like a fact of our lives that's not going away. But I still think physical media is king, and you will never convince me otherwise.
Plus, in the zombie apocalypse, that internet is not going to be there. You need a book.
Exactly. Because you know what? When somebody decides to shut the internet off, there goes everything. You don't have your music. You don't have your books. You don't have your,
Now, I have to share this because talking about my mom playing Scrabble, she was an early adopter of computers, way before the internet. And here is a picture of her.
Oh, that's amazing.
Probably my guess is this is 1984. Sorry, it's a little out of focus.
Yeah, I got
it. A TRS-80 Model 3 computer with 7.5-inch floppy disks. She was super into computers.
Dude, your mom and my mom would have been like best friends. That's amazing.
I love it.
It would have been Rolodex buddies. Check out that Rolodex.
I was just gonna say that, Moto. Like the Rolodex.
The Rolodex is awesome. Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome.
Hand type every one of those Rolodex cards.
Yep. Yeah, that was my mom too, around circa the same era. Actually, here's well, I don't know if I can tell you. Never mind. I'll tell you next week because it involves my daughter and her birthday. So
okay.
Coming up.
Okay. Big secret.
So, I don't think she can hear me because she's up there making her own birthday cake right now. But
is it today?
It's this coming week, and we're celebrating with her friends today. I'm taking her and all her friends out for hot pot and doing all that this weekend, and then next weekend we're doing a family trip out to the coast. But I'll tell you. Remind me to tell you next week what I'm
here
doing
next week if you're going to the coast.
Oh, actually, you're right. I won't be here. Okay, I'll just tell you because she can't hear me.
Okay.
So, because she took my gaming laptop, I decided she needs her own gaming PC. So I bought her all of the parts, and I say bought. I'm basically, some people are just like giving me components for free. Like I got like a free motherboard, CPU. I paid almost nothing for a really good graphics card. So I got all the parts and pieces. And I'm going to show her how to build it, how to assemble it.
Oh, that is awesome. That is awesome.
And my mom is the one that showed me how to build computers. So it's kind of a legacy thing. I'm pretty excited.
That's awesome.
And just to top it all off, Henry Cavill's going to be there to help them out.
I'm coming. I'll be there. Where
Wynn's like, takes the jet. He's like,
she's either gonna love it or hate it. She's either just gonna be like totally not into it, or she's or
A new
she's doing-
computer, but I have to put it together.
That's right.
Gross.
Yep. That's right. 'Cause that's what my mom did. I remember when I needed like a really good computer, especially because I was doing graphic arts and stuff, like even in like digital graphic arts, like even in high school. And I really wanted like a nice computer. And so I remember Christmas one year when I was still living with at home, every present was like a computer component. So I was unwrapping like a power supply and a sound card and like all the parts and pieces and had to build it myself.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
Are you
amazing.
gonna buy like something cheap from the thrift store just to lay on top, like a dot matrix printer or something, just to get her going? Or like
Dot
a CRT green screen, just put it on top, just so she opens it and thinks, "Oh my
Dot
god!"
matrix
Oh.
printer.
I had a dot matrix
Oh,
printer,
no.
and I was young in college and new to taking art classes. So I made sound poetry with the dot matrix printer by just putting down words of different lengths, and it would make the sounds of the sound poem. And then you had to rip off the paper edges.
Wow. That's
Nerd,
something.
Nerd. I made terrible art when I was a freshman in college.
We all made terrible art when we
That's-
were freshmen in college.
But that's all right. You had your pet water to keep you company, so
I did.
it all worked out.
So I've actually been chatting with my local library about starting a Lego program. So I'm really excited about that. Apparently they have tried doing it before with like kits and stuff that they had because the library gets a lot of things given to them or whatever. But it didn't sound practical. And he said what started off as kits is now just a giant bin full of Lego. And I was like, yeah.
It's a lesson about entropy.
Well, it's a lesson more about, because what happens at the library is they want to just like provide, but they don't want to like put like necessarily rules on things. And I was like, the first thing you got to do is let them know right off the bat, you're going to clean this up at the end. We're saving 5 minutes at the end of class or 10 minutes at the end of class for you to put all the stuff away. So it was like, don't, and also then it gets organized if you have it in separate boxes. But anyway,
I hope you get
enough
to do
about
it,
that.
and that'll be great.
But yeah, so I've been talking to them about that. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm
I
pretty
just
sure.
did that yesterday. I bought 2 bulk bins from a thrift store to start my work wanted to do a Lego activity.
Yeah.
And the guy at work was going to buy a bunch of the classic sets, and I was like, I'll just go to the thrift store and buy 2 bins, and it'll be a lot
Right?
cheaper.
Right? Yeah, that's what I was telling them too. Because
That's what I was holding up. This is one of them. I mean,
Yeah.
and yes,
It's like
Wilfred, the Lego Braille bricks would be
Wow.
great with the library, and that's actually something that I should recommend to them.
Mhm.
We are fortunate enough to live near one of the like world-class libraries in the country. The San Francisco Main Library is I don't know why it's not seriously a tourist destination, because it is one of the greatest libraries that I've ever been in, and they are very in tune with keeping their keeping up with the community, what the community needs. They have a deaf and hearing services center. They've got a blind services center. They got an LGBTQ center. They've got an African American center. Like, they've got all of these things. It's incredible. It's just an incredible place. So,
we have it's in the kindling in just kindling portion of the plan right now. But after Bricks Cascade, which we're very excited about, we're going to see how Lego and libraries can go together by, I think, building a little library in front of our house out of Lego.
Oh,
Little libraries with the books in the neighborhood.
yeah, we're gonna be putting one of those up. I'm very excited. Yeah, Monica, I'm sure that that's I know they didn't, like, some places don't ask to for the kids to clean up, but I know that when I was teaching in schools, sometimes parents would come in a little bit early to pick up their kids, and they would hear me being like, okay, everybody, now it's time to clean up your Lego. We should also do this at home. And I will tell you, I was those parents' favorite teacher because I was teaching the kids to clean up after themselves, especially their Lego, which is, I think that's important.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I get it. A lot of it is, but I don't think there's anything wrong, even with public programs, in making people clean up after themselves.
Why am I sorting all of Audrey's Lego, by the way?
Because now it's your Lego.
It's finally hit you.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, this is why I'm keeping it
Look,
all
Holly,
secret, though.
sometimes you just have to take a seat and just get all the bins of Lego.
Moto, I hope you stretched this time.
I didn't hurt again.
Oh my goodness. All right, I just want to before we head into the ether for the day, I just want to remind everybody that we do have a collaborative build coming up. We also have a Tricky Lug meeting coming up in another week or so. We also, but right now our big push is for the collab for Bricks Cascade, and there will also be a collab for Chicago. And I believe, however, we have passed the point of if you want to be a part of it to join, because we gotta have a cutoff sometime. But if you're really desperate and really want to engage, or like you forgot to tell us or whatever, I would say, get a hold of Cara like ASAP, like be typing the email right now.
Yes,
Well,
trickylug@gmail.com. And a reminder to those of you who are in the collab, and you know who you are, we have a meeting this afternoon at 4 p.m. Pacific time, a collab specific meeting. If you did not receive that invite, if you want to participate, or if you just want to know a little bit more about how collabs can work from a long distance, feel free to email me and I can send you the invite. It's at 4 o'clock today, which is 5 hours. 5 hours from now.
Yeah, and then that would be 7 p.m. on the East Coast.
And there's room for people to make coral and make
ships or
animal
whatever.
ships. There are ways to participate if you want to participate.
And you can just come and hang out at the Tricky Lug table at the convention, help man it, answer questions, and just be a part of the community. That's
absolutely.
Welcome.
And it's gonna be a big collab this year. We've got two members doing 9 squares each. Plus we have like several other people lots of other people doing squares as well.
And Cara Monica asked, this meeting is just for Bricks Cascade?
It is specific to Bricks Cascade because we're going to be talking about how each of the individual contributors are matching up to their neighbors. But if you want to join and just see how we're doing it, I can certainly send you the invite. Again, if you want to know, just let me know. Let me know here. And we will be doing the same collab meetings for Chicago. So those will be coming up. Cascade is
Sooner.
basically a month away.
Yeah.
So we need to get building.
Exactly.
Yep, order those Bricklink orders.
But hey, before we go, let's look at some cute minifigs, or not.
Hang on.
I'm ready.
So what
I'm
have
not
people
ready.
got today? Moto. Let's gonna have Moto go first today.
My man, Duncan, Idaho.
Wait, who?
Duncan, Idaho.
Is
It's from Dune.
Oh, from Dune. That's right. The guy with the hair. I see it now.
Yeah, the Aquaman who gets killed. Spoilers.
Yes. Wait, spoilers. So
If you haven't, the movie's been out for over 2 years.
I'm kidding, Moto. Although this is 25 years, but okay. That's awesome. He's cool. I like that hairpiece too.
Yeah, you finally get a man bun.
Yeah,
looking
just
for
what I
one of
always
those,
wanted.
And a puffy shirt.
There you go.
Very, very good. An amazing impression. All right, Cara.
Well, I previewed it earlier, but back on theme is the Friends Pink White Dress is
Oh, with little
awesome
stars.
star pattern.
Very good.
Hello.
All right, and Holly.
Holly.
All right. I guess I gotta show the evil queen.
Yes.
Oh, well, I guess I better change
Oh,
mine.
I'm sorry. I can show something.
Yay!
Hang on. This is pretty good too. This was. I just found this in one of her boxes.
Oh, it's the friendipede. Yeah, it's a friendipede.
The friendipede, exactly.
Wowsy,
Her
wow,
friendipede.
that's crazy.
Only part of it. I think it was like pretty epically long at one point, but these were still stuck together in the box. So that's pretty good.
That's organized and disturbing.
I know.
Yeah, no. Okay. Is it us
Pre-Cambrian.
now?
I think it's us.
Okay. Give me a sec. Okay, here we go.
Flynn
Yeah.
has to show that minifig now.
And from the Build a Minifig station, it is
A weird hippie wizard.
with rose-colored glasses.
Oh, that's the Time Twisters guy as a wizard.
Yeah, well, that was these were from the Build a Minifig station. I do have. Well, I'll show this. The magic mirror,
Who's the ferret?
which is one of my
all?
favorites. But I am going to show my queen just because I had already like pulled it out. But I put her back into her vignette that I did for last year's Disney
Nice. Beautiful.
vignette challenge. That was fun. I really enjoyed putting the moon in the window.
She's mad because the place has spiders.
Yeah, well, she's kind of always mad, but yeah, there you go.
It's a pretty
Yeah.
sassy expression on her face.
I guess beauty isn't everything.
Well, she's not the most beautiful of them all, so that's why she's all
Right.
frowny.
But isn't she though? I mean, really? She's pretty, I gotta say, she's pretty glamorous. Like, especially at the time period, like she was definitely in that like silent movie queen, like big, deal. She had that look and that cowl. I will never just like always.
You could rock a cowl.
No. There's only a few people who can pull that off. Batman, the Wicked Queen,
Angelina Jolie.
Maleficent. Yeah.
Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, exactly.
You need high cheekbones, high prosthetic cheekbones, and you can pull it off. It's on the structure. It really is.
Thank you, Ivan. Yes, Apples, it is true. That AFOL Day is kind of possibly on the chopping block.
Oh, that'd be a bummer.
They're trying to figure out alternate ways to do it. Now, I know we talked about this at the Tricky Lug meeting, and I can just talk about it here a little bit because I've read a lot of stuff on the land, stuff people are talking about, and impressions and that sort of stuff. And obviously, Lego plays things very close to the chest when it comes to things like this, especially like in terms of we're getting.
Are you
rid of
saying that because I'm a Lego insider, I don't actually have any inside knowledge?
Well, there's the inside, and then there's the inside.
Oh, I was lied to.
But
That did it. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
So from what I understand of about AFOL Day, in case you were wondering, there is, well, first of all, if you've been to any of these events, you know that some places do them, some places don't. It is like entirely up to the staff whether they want to do it. And in some cases, and I saw this happen here now, unfortunately, this particular Lego store is no longer open. It closed. But there was a San Francisco Lego store that couldn't participate because the mall itself would not allow them to open the store.
Oh, right.
So, and I'm not saying that people are people, but I'm just saying that some people get really upset when they think that they're not getting something that other people have.
Yeah.
I thought there was going to be cookies.
And some places would do coffee and donuts. Some places would
Yeah.
just let you come in. Some places would open an hour early, and some places would not. And so it was just very, very inconsistency across the board.
That's
And
hard with
so
corporate. Yeah.
yeah, and it's and also too there would be stores who would give away like if they were like damaged box items, they would give them out, like do door prizes in some
Raffles and stuff.
places.
Yeah.
In other places wouldn't do it. And again, people are famously must have what everybody else has.
Yeah.
So I think there was a big, it's kind of the same thing we saw quite a few years back when Lego was offering specific models like only in the Asian market.
Yeah.
And there was a big to-do. This all happened, I believe, like during 2020, because I remember we were talking about it. And then they started suddenly being like, okay, well, then we will now make these available everywhere.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that they had already addressed this a while back and were trying to do something online. Like they were going to do AFOL. Has that not happened? I thought that was the thing that happened already, that they were doing AFOL days online.
No. And I'm sure they're also too wondering, just trying to figure out, is it worth it for them? I mean, just with all the like,
Yeah, of course.
because I mean, I'll say this. If I was a Lego store employee, I would not want to be forced
No.
to go in an hour early
No, I agree.
so that some people can come and get their discount when they could also just come in when the store's open and still get the discount.
Yeah, I think it would just be better. Like it really would be. Like it would be nice if the stores just were able to do like a reception. If that was up to the store and that wasn't necessarily like discounts and things like that. If it was just kind of like, hey, we're gonna have a little reception and just offer, kind of coffee and bagels and kind of have the same thing that they've been offering, but minus maybe the discounts.
It's
What's
just
the,
social, right?
By the way, what's the
Hey,
criteria
Christopher's here, y'all. What's
hi.
up?
Yeah,
How's it
what's up?
going? And
I
notice
thought-
kids plural in that sentence.
Yeah.
Yes.
Saying.
So,
Sorry, Moto. What were you saying?
what qualifies you for AFOL shopping day?
Having
lug.
being part of a lug and having a little
So-
sticker or whatever.
Right. So it's not AFOL shopping day, it's lug shopping day. All I ask is
Exactly.
they change it.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people who complained, hey, I'm an AFOL, but I don't belong to a lug because there is no lug near me.
Yeah, but even then it would be the same problem because it's the same deal. Even if you're part of a lug, not every store is going to have the same perks. And so then it's like,
But at
fine, if
least-
I don't get those perks, then why even be a part of the lug? Like you don't want it to tie it to, I just
Well,
think,
lugs have other benefits.
yeah, just
so-
do it
They
online.
are, but I also like I agree. Just like in lug terms, you don't want a bunch of people signing up to be part of your lug just so that they can get the
Exactly.
discount.
Right. Yeah. Especially if not everybody can, because then the perks are different for everybody. So it's like,
Yeah, so if it's an AFOL shopping day, why not just give it to every insider and let them come in early?
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like they just make it an online, like just have one day, even if it's a year, just have one day a year that is like a discount on pick a brick and something that's kind of only really AFOLs would even really particularly be interested in.
Right.
And
Yeah, one day a year in February.
yeah, like pick a brick
We
would
could
be
sell ad
fun.
time for $7 million for a 30-second spot. We could have a halftime show like the Puppy Bowl. I think you're onto something.
Just Prime Day. Day.
Well, doesn't it make sense to leave it up to the store? Like, would it have to be all Lego wide, or people just get mad at the store?
I think it needs it's
It
too
has to be everywhere. It has to be equal across the board, or
Yeah.
people
And
get.
that's another part of the problem is that there are people
Yeah.
who are part of a lug, like part of Tricky Lug, who don't live anywhere near a store.
That's right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There's that as well.
Discount has always been in store only. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I agree. I do think it's unfair. It's unfortunate that it has to be fair. I mean, I get both sides of it, but I think the easiest solution is just to take it online and
Mhm.
that's like the great equalizer, right? And not everybody's going to even have access online, and I'm sure perks are going to be different places, but it's at least like more equivalent than just like per store since they have.
Yeah, they need
We
to
knew that was
simplify
coming.
it and make it like corporate driven, and just get rid of the variation among
That's
the
right.
stores.
Yeah.
Because that eliminates.
And Wilfred, I think this is very wise advice. Just be nice to the Lego store employees, and they'll be nice to you, making sure you get the gift of purchase,
Right.
warning you about damaged boxes, things
Yeah.
like that. Yes, it's true. Like I have, and not just because we were on Lego Masters, like even before that, like we knew the people who worked at the store, and whenever we would come in, they'd be like, "Oh, we just got a new pick-a-brick thing out. It's not out on the floor yet, but if you want to grab a handful, like." So, and actually, I think that's also just something that you can say across the board. Just be nice to the employees of wherever you go.
Yeah.
Because if you've ever worked retail, you know
Yep.
it is not an easy lot. So there you go. All right, friends. Well, thanks everybody for coming and hanging out with us today and talking about the Snow White cottage and the Dune ornithopter. Thank you so much, Moto.
Lego.
Thank you, Lego, for making the set.
For showing us that really cool model. It's not.
And
one
before
that
anybody thinks Lego gave me the set, they did not. I purchased it on day one, fair and square, like any other person standing in line. So
very good.
I had no
Very good.
advantage.
Okay, friends. Well, again, thank you all so much for joining us. We will be back next week, apparently without Holly, to talk about whatever it is we'll be talking about next week. Probably Holly, since she won't be here.
Take advantage.
You know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna kick up our feet and sit in our chairs and talk about Lego.
You're killing me.
Like you do.
That.
Like you do.
Like you do.
All right, friends. Well, thank you so much. We will see you next Sunday. But until then, stay safe, stay healthy, build cool stuff, and we will see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Happy building.
Bye, everybody.
We're not paying for your medical bills.
Screwed up my right leg.